Sharp Game here, coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. I got a question from somebody a couple of days ago, and he wanted some dating advice online. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm not really a big fan of online dating. You know, I've used it in the past with a lot of success, I must say. However, I know a lot of people that have had horrible experiences with online dating. And I know there's a lot of misleading information out here that tells you how easy it is to meet people online. And there's a lot of women out here that are given a lot of false information. They tell you how you can write your profile in such a way that you're gonna get 20 emails a day, and women are gonna flock to you automatically. And I haven't seen it happen like that for most people, to be honest. Even for me, I never got 20 emails in one day. No. The only way I've gotten any emails sent to me is when I responded first. Now, if you're a woman, they get 20, 30, 50 emails a day. But that's depending on how she looks. Which brings me to my point. See, online dating is all about presentation. That's what it's all about. See, most people are online. They're online for a lot of different things. Sex, money, a good time. You know, they're looking for somebody to trick off, or, you know, whatever. But a lot of people online are very shallow. You know, that's probably 80% of people that come online. And it's going to vary from site to site, and it's going to be dependent on who you are. Now, as a black male, I mean, most women that come online aren't really looking for us. We're kind of off the radar in most cases, unless you go onto a site like blackpeoplemeet.com or maybe Plenty of Fish. And Plenty of Fish is going to be depending on what part of the country or what part of the world you live in. If you live in a part of the country where it's a lot of black people, and if you're on Plenty of Fish, you might not get a lot of response. But if you live in a part of the country where it's very little black people, you might get a lot of response. That's just been my experience. You know, it's kind of, you would think it would be the opposite, but that hasn't been my experience. Now, if you go on blackpeoplemeet.com, it doesn't matter. You get response regardless because you're a black male. So, you know, but if you go on to certain sites and you're in a minority on the site, you're probably in the wrong location. You probably won't get a lot of response. Because a lot of women are not looking to meet black males when they come on those websites. They're looking to meet everything else but us. That's what I've been hearing. That's what the data says, and that's been my experience. Now, when I first came on the scene using online dating, I was using Plenty of Fish and Black Planet back in the day, and I was on AOL on the chat lines. So that's how, and online booty call, and that's how I met a lot of people. And another thing you have to realize is there's a lot of bottom feeders on a lot of these websites. A lot of these women, like I said, are not the most quality women you ever meet in the world. A lot of them are drunks, alcoholics. A lot of them have unbelievable expectations. They want a guy to do everything. You know, a lot of them are divorced with kids. You know, a lot of them are in debt. A lot of them they got psychological problems and all kinds of stuff. So a lot of them are bottom feeders. You know, you might get lucky and meet someone that's quality, but the odds are against it. And, you know, when it comes to your profile, what I would say is, see, it's all about presentation. So if you have like 4 good pictures, maybe you dress in a suit, maybe you're in shape, maybe you got a couple pictures with women or your friends in the pictures, or maybe you're doing some type of activity. And if you got videos, you can do the same thing as well. You like just having fun, having a good time. Women like seeing guys having fun and having a good time. And you know, if you're in shape, you can show your physique and how you got a nice body and all that good stuff. They like that because, like I said, it's a shallow environment. It's not about personality and none of that stuff. Most women that come online, they're not looking for that. Now, they'll say, if you ask them in person, or if you interview them in a video, or maybe in person, or maybe on a sidewalk, if you're a reporter or something like that, or journalist, if you ask them, hey, what are you looking for when you come online? They'll say what sounds good. They'll say, oh, I'm looking for a guy with personality, a guy come from a good family, you know, all the stuff that sounds good. You know, that's status quo talk. But in reality, if you could follow them online and see what grabs their attention, it's going to be the opposite. It's going to be a guy that's getting a lot of attention online. He has maybe women are leaving him a lot of comments on Facebook or on Plenty of Fish. And she's leaving her comment right along with the rest of the women. They're in competition with each other. So that's pretty much what it is. It's all about presentation. Now, when you meet these women in person, most of the time, if you present yourself right online, you won't have to say very much of anything. As a matter of fact, this is my experience. The majority of these women, I could have smashed the first night. That's how thorough my presentation was online. I didn't really have to say very much because in their mind, their mind was made up how far they were willing to take it before I even showed up. And a lot of these women, I could have easily, you know, told them to come to my house and I could have smashed the first night, but I don't get down like that so fast. I don't let anyone come to my house. So I used to meet them out in public somewhere. And you know, once you sit down and talk to them, you find out real quick what they all about, pretty much. Because in most cases, if they didn't get what they want the first date, or if they didn't think they could get whatever they want from the first date, it would not be a second date. That's how a lot of these women are. So a lot of them are thirsty, bottom feeders. You know, a lot of them are divorced with kids, looking for some man to save them, something like that. Not the best women in the world. You know, there's always exception to the rule, of course. You know, I've known people that met people offline and they got married and they still together, you know. But that's not, unfortunately, that's not the majority. So what I would say, if you're going to use online dating, is present yourself in the best manner as possible. And, you know, just make the best of it and keep it pushing, you know. If you got any questions on how to go about doing this, leave your comments below. Share this video with anybody that you think that would see it as value. Go buy my books on Amazon.com. Love Can't Wait and The Chicken's Guide to Have a Woman Beg for You, Sex, Lust, and Lies. Go get all my gear at ChooseYourRelationships.com. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.